Welcome back, YouTube. We have another off-road bumper here so we can put a winch and some lights on. We're going to install it on this 2001 Jeep Wrangler. On the top we have a mount on each side. You can either use two different like circle KC lights or 18-inch light bar. That would fit pretty nice. And then on the bottom we have a spot to put a winch. First thing we're going to do is remove these top two bolts. They are both T55 Torx bits. We're going to remove them on this side and on the other side. On the bottom, you're going to have one screw on each side, the same size, T55. Now that you got all 6 bolts out, you can just pull this bumper off. This one's been in an accident, so this side's a little crunched and tight, but just go ahead and pull this off and put it on the ground. You're going to take a 10mm socket or wrench. You're going to remove all four of these. There's 2 on this side and 2 on that side to remove this piece. Now all that's left to do is slip this over those bumper braces. Top 2 bolts are going to go through here, and then the bottom one's going to go through here. For the mounting hardware, you can use a factory one on the bottom, but on the top you can't, because there's not enough room to get the Torx bit in, and there's not enough room to get a wrench in or nothing. So we're gonna go and buy some hardware. So the bumper came with 2 of these, and these fit, so we're gonna go to the hardware store and grab 2 more. And then we're going to install these on the top so that we can actually use an open-end box wrench and get in there and tighten it down. Alright, since this hardware isn't really going to work for the top 2 bolts, I'm still going to use a factory one with a nice washer on the bottom. But for the tops, I just picked up these. They're M12 175 pitch thread. So we're going to put these on the top with one of these washers, and then use the gold ones that came with it for the other top one, and then use a factory with the washer on the bottom. That's what it's going to look like with the top 2 mounted in. So now I'm going to get to the bottom, but the bottom has a little gap here, so I'm going to use these nice little grade 8 washers. Fill the gap with 5 of those, put this factory bolt through, tighten everything down, and I'll be done with this. With the 5 washers and the factory bolt in the bottom, this is nice and tight and stiff. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope this helps you figure out how to install this thing. For the price point, it's still better than buying one of them super expensive ones. There are a couple things like the hardware that I'm not super happy with, but overall I'd probably give it a 3.5 out of 5. Looks great and it's solid, so we'll see how everything works once we put a winch and a light bar on it. So until those videos, wrench on.